Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am offering my thoughts on how to parent a young child whose interests, temperament, and personality don't quite match up with our own. What do we do if bonding is a little bit harder than anticipated and the two of you just simply are quite different? How do you foster connection and a close relationship with your little one? So those are the questions that I will tackle in today's video. My name is Nina and I am a parent coach. I offer guidance and support to families with infants and young children, all founded in principles of respectful caregiving. And I do that through one-on-one coaching, home visits, a group membership program, a private Facebook group, and of course, these videos. So if you'd like access to more content and more support, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel and check out all of the links in the description below. So, parenting through differences. How do we do this? First and foremost, if our goal is to really appreciate our child and their unique way of being, we have to start by understanding them. And that means cultivating the habit of looking past their behaviors and really seeing the deeper motivations, passions, and interests that drive them. And two practices of the mind that really support this understanding are observation and curiosity. So from the moment your baby is born, I really encourage making space in your day, even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes, to observe your child playing and moving in their own way. You really want to eliminate distractions. So that means turning off your phone, setting down your knitting, and showing up with a completely open mind. It's really all about abandoning our agenda and getting curious about theirs. How are they using their bodies to manipulate objects? What's really grabbing their attention today? Do they have favorite ways of playing or favorite toys, and why? If your infant gets stuck rolling over, or if your toddler becomes frustrated with their block tower repeatedly falling over, observe how they problem solve and self-soothe. This stepping back and watching our little ones play, especially if we make this a regular habit of ours, will tune us into our child's really amazing capabilities. And we're going to start to see them as smart, deliberate, interested, powerful people. And that's going to help us focus on their strengths and what makes them so special. And another practice that you can tack on to observation, especially as your child gets a little bit older and you become more aware of your personality differences, is journaling. So if you can grab a few moments before bed or while you're eating lunch and the kids are napping, journal about how your way of being in the world serves you and how it makes life challenging. So if you're really quiet and introverted, how does that serve you? Where do you see it presenting obstacles? Where are you grateful for your temperament? And where does it kind of frustrate you? Then you can journal about your child's way of being in the world and how it serves them and how it makes life more challenging. If they are sort of more boisterous and extroverted, where does that make things hard for them? But also, where does that bring them joy? How does it make things easier for them? This exercise of journaling accomplishes a few things. One, it balances our thinking. It kind of helps us escape that really restricted narrative we have in our heads about our challenging child, and it trains our brain to see a more well-rounded perspective of them. Second, it gives us a more well-rounded perspective of ourselves, and that starts to create this shift. We begin to appreciate ourselves and our child for who we are and who they are, rather than wishing that things were any different. It encourages us to accept reality rather than resent it. And lastly, journaling really allows us to perceive people in this balanced way throughout our day-to-day lives, which will shift our interactions and make those differences less problematic. Okay, so as your child grows to be a toddler and a kindergartner with those really well-defined preferences and a distinct energy, this is a time where parents start to notice that friction mounting, so especially if the two of you are really different. So how do you make space for both of your interests and personalities while still fostering a really connected relationship? A great way to do this is by setting up experiences that capitalize on your unique strengths. If you tend to be on the quiet, careful side of things, and your child is sort of loud and active and motivated to move, you can partner on a project that requires both skill sets. So it's springtime right now. Let's say you're getting back to yard work. While you meticulously bury tiny seeds and really perfectly spaced rows in your garden bed, can your child be hauling heavy stones from one end of the yard to the other for constructing a retaining wall? Can they use a wheelbarrow to transport weeds to the compost pile? Can they rip ivy off the side of your garage? There's truly no need to go out of your way to invent elaborate activities. Just think about tasks that life already requires of you, and then find jobs within that task that most capitalize on your unique skills. This is going to meet your individual needs, and it's going to foster a sense of appreciation for your differences. Okay, so let's say you've got a child who just loves playing dinosaurs or superheroes, and their vision is all about smashing and crashing and fighting. Or maybe you have a child who's really obsessed with dolls and can go hours just brushing their hair and changing outfits. If these things are not your cup of tea, that is A-okay. If you're forcing yourself to play along and all it's doing is building this resentment because your participation feels really inauthentic, and maybe you're busy daydreaming about other things that you'd rather be doing in that moment, I want to give you the permission to stop. You do not have to play with your child every time they ask you to, and you are not a bad parent for saying no. Your mental health is of the utmost importance, and any sacrifice you're making is not really helping anyone. So instead, let's talk about how you can honor yourself, respect their choices for play, and model other ways of handling this. First, be honest. If your child asks you to come play Smash the Buildings with Dinosaurs and you have the time and desire to join them, make it clear the sort of roles and tasks that you want to take on. So you could say, I'm really excited to spend time with you, but I don't so much enjoy smashing. However, I do love building. Do you need a builder for your city? Or maybe you volunteer to sit on the floor next to your child and knit a little sweater for all of the dinosaurs so that they can stay warm and cozy while they're doing their important work of destroying buildings. It is totally okay to say no to the things that you don't enjoy. Offer suggestions of what you do like to do, and then solicit your child's ideas for how to get involved. Now let's say your child wants to dive into an activity that is of little interest to you. They invite you to join, but you'd really rather be doing something else, or maybe you have another task to attend to. In this case, express your gratitude. Let them know that you'll check in maybe in a little bit and see their progress, and then welcome whatever response they have. Oh, you're going to practice your recorder. What fun! You've really been enjoying this new hobby. I'm not able to listen at the moment because I have to start cooking dinner. But once I get the pot roast in the oven, probably about 15 minutes from now, I'll come in and listen to one song. I'm really excited to hear how far you've gotten when I come in. And this might be all that they need to hear. But if they're upset by your response, that is totally okay. It does not mean that you need to A, change your plans. Oh, okay, I'll come, but just for 5 minutes because I really need to start dinner or we're going to be eating too late. B, try to convince them of your position. Look, I listened to you last night. Do you really want me to listen to you again tonight? I don't really think you need that, do you? Or C, work to make them feel better. No matter how old our kids are, they can handle disappointment. And in fact, that experience is really healthy for them. Just allow all those feelings. That's really frustrating for you. I hear that. If you can acknowledge their feelings without trying to change them, you're opening yourself up as their confidant and their safe person to share with. And that is love. That is what being a good parent is really all about. And obviously, it's really great to spend time playing with our children and joining them in the things that bring them joy. But when you can't do that, or you simply just don't want to, hearing their feelings is a phenomenally powerful gift of love. So let's quickly recap. To grow your connection with and appreciation for that child of yours who just feels so different from you, you can establish a routine of observing them and play, starting when they're an infant and going through early childhood. You can journal about the challenges and gifts that each of you experience given your unique personalities. You can design experiences that capitalize on your unique skill sets. You can play with your children in a way that feels interesting and authentic to you. You can be honest and consistent when turning down an invitation to play, and allow feelings. That's the most important thing. Let them think the way they want to think, feel the feelings that they have without trying to change a thing. Just be there. Nothing is more important for a child's secure attachment with their parents than being fully accepted. So that's it for today. Thanks again for tuning in. If you have any thoughts to share or ideas for another video, I would love to hear them. Please leave a comment below, and don't forget to check out the links in the description section. Okay, see you next time.